What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and this week I am starting a project that's going to involve my 50 favorite cards in my PC. Now, when I say that, I don't necessarily mean the most popular, I don't mean the most valuable, but it's exactly as it sounds. It's my favorite cards in my PC, and I won't bore you with all of the criteria here on this video, but if you want to hear more about that process, I'm going to talk all about that on episode 187 of the podcast. But this is actually card number 50 here. So we're kind of starting things off with a bang. This is a 1997-98 Metal Universe PMG Red of Dale Davis. And I have Dale Davis here. You know, I wish this was a Reggie Miller, but I'll probably never own one of those. So I had to look at some of the other options when it came to Pacers. And back when I bought this card, maybe around 2017 or 2018, I honestly felt like I overpaid at the time, and I kind of just got caught up in the bidding. And you'll laugh when you hear that total now, because it ended up costing me $130. So anyway, I got the card in, and that way I could at least own one to have a sample of the card. I like to own cards from all different sets. Well, fast forward many years later, and I've grown to appreciate this more over the years. I think at one point I was a little soured on precious metal gems because I felt like they received a lot of attention relative to other cards that maybe should be getting attention or should have been at the time that weren't getting that attention. But as things have continued to change over the years with manufacturing, I've definitely grown to appreciate these more because you can see even with the newest iteration of the precious metal gems that just came out with this new Upper Deck product, the printing is not the same. The card is not the same, and it's not even a matter of design because you've got the same designers that are trying to put these together. It's just a matter of the printing technology and the resources that are being put into manufacturing. And this was at the time a product of competition. We just don't quite have that now. So it would be nice to get back to that, but it's not like the technology's gotten any worse. So anyway, I don't want to go on and on about how bad things have gotten, but the only reason I say that is to say how much I appreciate these now, because you can just see the detail on these. If you see the etching in there, you see just how it kind of shines in the light here. And let me flip this over. You can see that this is number 35 out of 100. So how's that for a favorite 50 cards list? We start off with a PMG Red, so that was number 50. Card 49. Okay, so card 49 on my list probably seems pretty underwhelming at first glance. It is a signed 1972-73 Topps card from Willie Sojourner of the Virginia Squires, and that was a team in the ABA, which is a defunct league. But the reason this card is so important to me is that I spent 9 years chasing a signed 1972-73 Topps set, and this was the very last card that I acquired. And finding it was not easy because, I'd exhausted all of my resources. I'd looked on eBay, I'd networked with other collectors, until one day I was on Twitter, and I saw a tweet from a collector named Tim Gallagher, and he was showing all of this stuff from the 70s that he had gotten signed. And I reached out to him. I said, hey, this is a long shot, but I'm just wondering if you happen to have a 1972 Topps Willie Sojourner. And it turns out that he did. Not only did he have one, but it was one that he had obtained personally. So we ended up talking on the phone. We ended up becoming friends as a result because we were texting and talking quite a bit. And I ended up trading him a handful of cards for this one. We were both happy with each side of the deal. Not only that, but I had him write this letter for me because he knew all of the details about this card. He has a great memory. So here's what this letter says. It says, Kyle, the Willie Sojourner card got signed December 8th, 1973 at the University of Cincinnati Armory Fieldhouse. That season, the ABA Kentucky Colonels played about 10 games in Cincinnati, including against the New York Nets. Willie was on the Nets at that time, along with Julius Erving. I checked the box score from the game, and Sojourner scored 2 points. Dr. J had 27 in the Nets win over the Colonels, with his source there being Basketball Reference. Best regards, Tim Gallagher. So not only did I finish out this set, but I made a good friend, and you see this was all the way back in 2020. You saw the date on the letter there. So we have been friends for a couple years since then. So anyway, that is my card number 49, this Willie Sojourner. Number 48 is another Pacer, and get used to that because I would say about half of this list ended up being Pacers cards. But this one here is a 2006-2007 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor of Danny Granger. And while his rookie refractor will make it on the list later on, not every Danny Granger Gold made it on there. And it's not even the fact that this is a second-year card that really made this stand out to me, but there are a couple of things about 2006 Chrome that I really like. Number one, I think it's just got just a basic, great design to it. I like just the square, boxy designs. His rookie year, 2005, they moved away from that. They had all sorts of stars and kind of wavy patterns, and I didn't like that at all. I'm a traditionalist, so I like a real boxy Topps Chrome look. I hope they adopt that when they bring Topps Chrome back here once Fanatics officially takes over. Another thing I like, though, was the shine. The shine on these 2006 cards is definitely an upgrade from 03, 04, and 05. And I feel like it was better than the years that came after it as well. So this is, as far as shine goes, I think 2006 is the best Topps Chrome Gold card. And then the last thing that I really like about this set, and this card in particular, is that it is numbered to 25. So most of the other gold refractors were out of 99. I think 2009 then also was out of 50. But this was out of 25. So these are a lot harder to track down. And I got this on Twitter, believe it or not, a couple years ago for $15. So great deal on it. Great looking card. One of my favorite players from Pacers history. This is card number 48. Number 47 is this 2004-2005 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection Premium Patches card of Jermaine O'Neal, numbered 49 out of 75. And I still think after all these years, this might be one of the best, if not the best, patch sets ever created. And I don't know if I want to quite elevate it to that level because some of the early Immaculate stuff was really great too. But this set, to have cards numbered to 75 and all of the patches for the most part were pretty good. I know there were trim patches for some players, but to have these jumbo patches, who knows how many jerseys it took to even make that. I know for Jermaine O'Neal, I've seen white jersey pieces and also gold jersey pieces. But when you take the jumbo pieces combined with the players, they were all either great players or rookies, and then combined with that etched holofoil, which is just a great looking design there. It's called premium patches, and it has a premium feel to it. So that's something that I really appreciate about this set. Don't be surprised if you see this set again later in the countdown there. And then on the back, we get a very specific statement, as we usually got from Upper Deck, that says, on the front of this card is an authentic piece of a patch from a jersey worn by Jermaine O'Neal in an NBA game. So there you have it. That was number 47. Number 46 is the first Panini card on the set, the first of many. This is a 2016-2017 Spectra Spectacular Swatches card, a gold version of Dan Issel, and not a Pacers card. In fact, the Kentucky Colonels were the main rival of the Pacers back in the old ABA days, and you see that it says ABA there on the card. But there are many things that I like about this card. Number one, it's a great design. It's got a funny picture there of Dan on there, but a great design. It's got an on-card auto, nice bold auto, and it's got an ABA game-worn patch. You just don't see a lot of ABA materials out there. In fact, the only team that I've ever seen have material in cards from the ABA, other than, I take that back, other than one of the early Rocket squads now with Elvin Hayes, but the main team that I've seen is the Kentucky Colonels. And the reason for that was that their equipment manager, who was also their trainer at the time, Pinky Gardner, he kept all of the stuff, and when they closed up shop as part of his payment, I guess, he ended up taking all that stuff away. So there's some podcasts out there with him that are really interesting, but a lot of those have hit the market over the years, and Panini's ended up with a few of those jerseys. I know they've got at least this one for Issel, and then they've also got an Artis Gilmore Kentucky Colonels jersey. But just a great-looking patch there, great-looking autograph, as I said, and then that game-used statement here on the back, and this card is numbered 9 out of 10. So this is card number 46.